Oh hey, what's up? This may or may not be my second time recording because back at me, OBS was recording on the wrong format and I couldn't get it into my video editing software. So that's really fun. But maybe that means my thoughts will be a little more together. I don't know. Who knows? It's me. I'm scuffed, and that means the entire fucking video is gonna be a mess. Woo woo. Yeah, so today I wanted to talk about my least favorite anime, and I also want to preface this a little bit. So, I'm talking about my least favorite anime. It doesn't have to be your least favorite anime. I think it's fine if you absolutely like Sword Art Online. I don't, and it's just my opinion. I know some people can get really up in arms. I know there's a really big community that absolutely adores the show, and I really just want to put that energy out there that I don't think that it's a bad thing that you like Sword Art Online. I just don't like the show personally, and I don't want people to take it personally or whatever, and feel like I'm attacking their favorite show, because I'm just giving my opinion based on my personal observations and my personal feelings. So yeah, just don't worry if you like the anime. I'm not hating on you at all. Anime is good, and I think more people should watch it. So, yeah. And plus, I mean, it's one of those shows that I feel like either introduces people to anime or is one that everyone has seen because it is very popular. So, yeah. Don't come for me. The other thing I want to, give a bit of a warning about, it's been literal years since I've seen the show. So, kind of like with my Gin to my Rant, I'm going to be talking in generalities. Or not rant, love letter. I love that show. I did a show I loved last week, so I'm doing a show I hate this week. I feel like that's fair. But I haven't seen it in years. I'm probably pretty fuzzy on the details. I also have not watched the new season, I think it is. I don't know. Sword Art Online is weird like that. But that whole Gunveil, whatever, I haven't watched that whole arc. And I have heard that that's really good, but because the first season didn't hold my interest, I just never felt like watching the second season, and honestly, I feel like that's valid. So, yeah, let's hop into it. So, I find the characters bland. I do. I find them very two-dimensional. They don't really develop much in the story, which pisses me off. You'll see why, because I'm going to go on a whole rant about the actual, plot itself, but characters don't really develop much. Kirito's always overpowered. He doesn't, I do think he gets stronger, but I don't know, it doesn't feel like he does. He's just kind of there, and I don't know, it just, that whole aspect of the show for me felt pretty flat. It's like, cool, so we got this overpowered hacker guy and everything, and that's all he is. And the plot armor is crazy, okay? Don't even get me started on that. I want the stakes to be high in this show. It was so promising. And I am gonna say this now. The reason why I hate Sword Art Online is because it lets you down so hard, in my opinion. I think it does the whole premise dirty, it does the characters dirty, it does the plot dirty, it does the setting dirty. Like, ugh. But yeah, I want my stakes to be high. And with the amount of plot armor everyone has, I'm like, cool. I mean, there's a lot of death. There is. And there's a lot of, like, people, like, leaving and everything, and, like, moral dilemmas or whatever with the whole we're plugged into a video game, and if we die in here, we die in real life kind of shit. Oh, it's my sister's cat this time. Hi, Augie. I guess I'll have a visitor at almost every video. Yay. I don't know what he's doing, so I'm just gonna pretend I don't see him. But yeah, so that pissed me off. Like, setting-wise and or not setting-wise, character-wise, they just don't develop. They fall flat. They got plot armor, and it just gets boring. It sets up some pretty interesting characters. I mean, interesting. I feel like they're typical, like, shonen characters, whatever. Who cares? It is a shonen, yeah. And typical shonen will be a typical shonen. But, it had such promise, and that's what pisses me off. So, the biggest reason I hate this show is because it goes from being such a cool, interesting story to romance. Brother, no. Hell no. I'm good. Hard pass. It pisses me off. I think it's lazy writing to focus on romance in a show that has so much interesting elements to it. So I'm just gonna reference Shadow and Bone here as well. All shows that do this piss me off. Shadow and Bone did the same thing in the second season, where it goes from having this really cool, interesting story to just straight up romance and, like, coupling characters together and, like, having them, like, rely on each other romantically and everything. I don't know. Not my cup of tea. Some people really like that, and kudos to you. I just can't get behind it. I think it's lazy writing, personally, and I think it's a bit of a crutch. And in this show, it just takes away from the really cool premise. You know, the premise of we go into a video game, and if we die here, we die in real life. That's so interesting. And at the time, it was super original, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, some animes might have done it in the past or whatever, but Sword Art Online, I think, was the first big one, and I do think it did springboard a new subgenre of anime, and it was really cool. Like, I really loved the premise, and then the show had the audacity to go and, rather than be like, okay, let's have a really interesting plotline and everything. It went from that to let's focus on romance and Kirito saving the girl. Bro, no, I'm good. Hard pass. I think she was really strong too, and, like, she did things as well, but it did become, like, a typical, like, especially in the second part of the first season, a typical knight saving the princess kind of moment. Oh my god, the second part of the season. I think everyone pretends that doesn't exist. The fairies and everything, no. No one liked that arc. Or maybe some people did, but I know even people who really like this show that I've talked to say, yeah, no, I don't know what the fuck that was. Because it felt like a fever dream, and it was really jarring, and it was like, why is this here? But yeah, so that was that was the main point I could not get behind in this show, and it really took so much away from the show for me. I don't know. I know people really, like, enjoy it or whatever, and I don't know. Maybe it's because I've seen a lot of shows and I've seen them do, like, storylines better, but Sword Art Online will forever be one of my least favorite shows. Sword Art Online, it had potential, and I think that's why I dislike it so much. Because I was invested. I really was. I was really into the show. And then it switched like that, and I was like, are you kidding me? Really? This is what we're going to focus on? Not the really interesting, hey, everyone can die kind of thing. It was such a cool premise and it had so much potential, but they fucking ruined it. To me, at least. And it pisses me off. It really does. And that's why I don't like the show. Because I was so excited. I was so invested. And then they did nothing with it, honestly. They had a romance, but that felt rushed and unnecessary, and it felt like it took away from the story. They had characters that were static and didn't do anything and didn't develop. I don't know. It's just, it could have been better, and I think if they maybe remade it, I would watch it. The one thing I don't know is I don't know how closely the anime follows the manga. I haven't read the manga. There's quite a few shows that I watch the show for, but I don't read. Actually, that's most animes. But with Sword Art Online, I can't muster the energy to go and seek out the manga and read it. Just because the anime just did not do it for me. And I don't know, maybe the manga is way better, but I have a feeling maybe not. Unless the anime does what like Full Metal Alchemist did and strays away from the source material. If it did that, then it's totally understandable. And I think that's what happened in Shadow and Bone too, which is why it was like just suddenly based on the romances. It strays from the source material and you're like, bitch, what? Like, no, stay with that. And I don't know, maybe the manga wasn't updating fast enough or whatever. Like Full Metal Alchemist, the whole anime or the whole manga wasn't out yet, and the anime studio just was like, okay, we're gonna go do our own thing then. And yeah, that's a wild trip. I don't know, it's a interesting time, I guess. It could have been better, and it let me down, and it severely disappointed me, and that's why I don't like the show. I'm sorry for repeating probably the same thing over and over again in different words, so yeah, you're welcome about that. I don't have my notes, and this is what happens. Like my Kakaguri video, whatever. Anyways, if you did enjoy, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, I'd appreciate it, you know. I stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Probably not today, though, because I'm feeling like shit and I still have to edit. It's fine. Thank you, me, for staying up until 3 in the morning. Baldur's Gate is a great game. Y'all should play it. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday. No, what? I stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't know why I always say Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Come do that if you want actual times or like my actual uploads. You want like a little ding notification. Come join the Discord. We're all really cool there, I promise. Not everyone's as wild as I am, or I guess a mess as I am, we're great, we're fun. Come join, say hi. Other than that, I hope everybody has a good rest of their day and everything. Blah, blah, blah. Bye.